Hey everyone, it's Nikki Shelton and Carrie Selby with Keeping It Real. How are you doing today, Carrie?
I'm doing good. Still a little overcast here. Can't wait for that to burn off and get some sunshine
I know, right? 'Cause I'm waiting for the sunshine. All right, we got some great topic today. We're going to be talking about the final walkthrough. It's kind of an important thing that a lot of people seem to overlook it. I know the last one I just did, the uh, buyer's broker didn't have one, and we're going to talk about why that's important today. So let's get started.
again.
So it's kind of a quick little thing there, I mean, the final walkthrough, usually I do mine, I don't know, 3 to 5 days before closing. And there's a bunch of reasons on why you need to do it, don't you think?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, things don't look the same as they do when you first walk through and everything looks pristine, right?
Right. Because a lot of times it's staged. I mean, like, our house is behind me and behind you, they're staged, right? They look beautiful. But, if you can see there's like, a throw rug and there's, like it was ready to be shown and that kind of stuff. But then you have moving day and that kind of changes a lot of stuff sometimes. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about our final walkthrough for a little bit. Ain't this cute today? I thought this was fun.
Very cute.
So these are some important things to look for when you're doing your final walkthrough. And again, I'm not trashing the broker, but to me, sometimes you just never know what can come up and things you're not even expecting. Or I mean, like, you might have the best side working on the opposite side, and they don't even know something happened. I mean, I know I was on that side of the fence one time, and my sellers were supposed to be making sure everything was cleaned up and taken to the trash and stuff, and they did the walkthrough and said it's not done. So
Oh, no.
I had to run in and do that to the rescue. So here we go. So, you're getting ready to move in, and you got the other side moving out. And what can happen when you're moving out, Carrie? Just like basic stuff.
You could be moving furniture and run something into a wall. You could be removing pictures and there's holes all over the place and you forgot, oops, there's a reason I put that picture there. There's a
Yep,
thing in the
exactly.
wall.
And right before we got on, I was telling you we're doing this remodel, right? And so I'm taking down well, I didn't take down the TV set, but guys are taking down the TV set, and it's like, oh my God, the dirt behind that TV set was crazy. I mean, and I'm usually wiping the walls down and everything else, but you just don't see it. I mean, a lot of times you just don't see it. I mean, I know people usually get their homes cleaned and stuff prior to putting in the market. That's not what my intention was, but it's just sometimes it's surprising what you see behind things, like you just said, behind a picture.
Yes.
So that's the first thing. I mean, you can have holes in the wall. I mean, like if you're, also you turn around with the bed frame and whack the wall, and now you get a big hole in it, and it wasn't there when you first saw the home, and you're not expected to be there when you move in. So it's a good thing to look out for. Flooring issues, kind of the same thing. I mean, somebody's dragging a piece of furniture and puts a big old scratch in the hardwood floor, and that wasn't there. You might want to know about it, or hiding it underneath the rug, right?
Yes. Yes. And you could have linoleum or something and you have an appliance over it and didn't realize that it was damaged. So yeah, when you move furniture, anything can happen.
Yep, exactly. So check out the flooring, check out the walls. Those are kind of the two most common ones, in my opinion. Um, Plumbing issues. A lot of times, like I said, let's say that you do the inspection, everything's fine. There's no leaks, everything's fine. The house is the sellers moved out, or it was a vacant home to begin with, and over that last week, a faucet burst, right? I mean, that
Right.
just happened to a friend of mine. Her faucet burst, and there was water all in the basement she didn't know about for like a day. And that can cause a lot of damage. And so, again, that final walkthrough prior to close, look for some of that stuff. I mean, not that, you're obviously going to have a home inspection, like I said, that's already done that, but just if there's something new like water that's leaking from a faucet that you didn't know about, it can happen. So check out those. Um, Electrical. Another one, I mean, like a lot of times, I mean, maybe there's a fuse broke or blew or something. There was a thunderstorm and it got hit or so. I don't know. I mean, whatever. But just that's your kind of your main thing you're doing is checking on the lights, making sure everything works. It might just be like a brown light bulb, no big deal, but it could mean something bigger too. So, and again, exposed wiring and stuff like that. Most of the time, your inspector is going to pick it up. But again, like if you're pulling TVs off the wall and doing stuff like that, you never know, right?
Yeah, I mean, in our house, the people had everything kind of in the walls, and so there's all these sockets everywhere, and you never know what's going to be up behind something because a lot of people will put their electrical outlets behind the TV, and you just want to make sure that everything is good with them for sure.
And without the furniture being there, you see that stuff, like you said. I mean, you see all those things. So then it might just be leading to a question like, hey, I noticed that there was a lot of extra wires back there that I didn't notice before. What do they all go to? Are they labeled? Can we make, it might be something even as simple as that. It might not be necessarily an electrical issue, but it could be just, again, more awareness about what you're buying in the home and stuff and what things are going to happen.
Right.
Okay, appliances. When you're filling out those contracts, you have, the refrigerator stays, the dishwasher stays, the stove stays. Then you go through the final walkthrough and the dishwasher's gone, or the washing machine dryer's gone that was supposed to be with it. So it's good to know, it's good to double check and make sure that the appliances or any other, even like, I don't know, like a deep freeze refrigerator, like the ones that you keep in your, like,
in the garage.
The garage is what I'm trying to say. Yes, please. The garage or the basement or wherever, but like an extra thing, and maybe that was supposed to be left and then they took it or whatever. So, those appliances are worth money. And if, you were promised something and that's not part of it now and it's gone, you might be owed some replacement.
Oh yeah. The people, when we moved into our house, they had a very nice stainless steel refrigerator and they're like, we're taking this with us. So they left us this garage fridge. Yeah.
But I mean, as long as you know about it up front, that's okay, because that's what you've agreed to. And so that's,
right. But they were all so old. The microwave broke, the dishwasher and the refrigerator all within like 6 months because they were all much older appliances. So yeah.
That's where you need the home warranty here.
Right. We had no clue. We didn't have anybody guiding us through the whole process. So it was pretty bad.
It's important.
We're still high owner.
Okay. So heating and cooling, make sure, again, it's like, if it's hot, you're running that air conditioner all the time, maybe something went wrong with it. So, it's a good idea to flip them on and just check them on, make sure that goes hot, cold, if that's what you're doing, and making sure that those things are working and not leaking, or there's no issues around them, the appliances themselves and stuff. Again, they've probably been checked out by your home inspector and maybe even had a licensed HVAC person come out and check them out. But you still kind of want to glance over just to make sure that there's nothing new that you haven't seen.
Right.
And this is, I think a lot of times people forget about this. Sometimes it's like they are so excited to get in and see the final house. They don't really take the time to walk outside. And as you're moving out, the things that happen inside could happen outside, right? So like,
right into the garage or the gutters.
Exactly. Garage was a big one. People were backing up and hit the garage, and oh no, then you have a new garage or you got to replace. Yep. So making sure that those were in the same condition, and then like when we moved in here, the person before us, she had a child who passed away, and so I guess they put some ashes on a rose bush, and so she had a rose bush outside. I mean, I like roses, but she's like, hey, can I take that? So, but had she not told me that, I would have been expecting those rose bushes because I think they're really pretty to be there. And they wouldn't have been because, she's got sentimental attachment to them. So, it was kind of, you got to make sure that you kind of agree, like if they're not supposed to be taking them, they're supposed to be left, again, that they're left. And if they're not, they're not. So, and it works the other way. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you're supposed to leave things, and then other times you're supposed to take things. So that's kind of over here by cleaning, right? So for the cleaning part, I mean, it's called broom swept, and that just means literally it's not a deep cleaning. I mean, it's not like, when you are spending hours like I do sometimes cleaning my kitchen or my bathrooms and stuff like that. But it's more of a quick clean, just make sure there's not, it's wiped down quickly, and then there's no trash and stuff left behind. So I know when we moved in here, there was all these pipes or something that were like next to the house. I don't know what these pipes were, but there were pipes sitting here, and we'd asked for them to be removed, and they didn't remove them. They hid them somewhere else in the yard that we didn't know about. And we ended up getting these pipes. We inherited these pipes because after you closed, they belonged to you, and then we had to get rid of them.
Oh my goodness.
I know. So making sure that the things not only stayed, that things that were supposed to stay stayed, but making sure the things that were supposed to go went. And that's kind of conveyed items here too. And then also, I also like kind of do a glance through the home inspection. So making sure, like if you ask for the hot water heater to be serviced and stuff like that. Usually they put like a little note on if there was serviced, and just kind of checking out some of those things that were supposed to be done during the home inspection that, you just want to make sure that they were completed.
Right.
Or painting done, or, whatever else you'd ask for. So those are your things to watch for the home inspection. And if you want representation, you know how to reach me. My contact information is right there. And we also have Kerri, and her information is there. Kerri, do you have anything else to add for this today? Because I did most of the talking because I just like,
that is okay. Nope, I just tried to add my 2 cents, but that's more definitely in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But strongly encourage people to do that before they move in, because like you said, once the deal is closed, the house is yours and you take it as is. So just make sure you have that final walkthrough.
And all the problems and everything goes with it. So. Right. All right, you guys, thanks for watching today. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and follow button. And we will see you next week, same time, same place. Have a great day, everyone.